Yeah, they build music.
Hi guys, as you wait for my return, kindly help me grow this channel by subscribing to it and hitting the notification button. By so doing, I will be able to bring you more of these educative videos. Thank you. Guys, that is your automobile expert Dave Gill, and you are watching Drivafy TV. I'm still here in Kenya. I've been making videos around e-mobility, and I'm actually quite surprised how Kenyans are adopting this e-mobility. The last time I was at Room Electric, and today I'm at Kiri EV Limited. This should tell you how Kenyans are ready for this industry or this shift. Now there are a lot of companies springing up here in Kenya, creating healthy competition to make this shift possible. Let's go in. Hi guys, today I'm with this fine gentleman and he is going to introduce himself.
Hi guys, how you doing? Thanks David for having me. My name is Chris Mara, I'm the founder of Kiri EV, and we're a clean mobility company based in Nairobi, Kenya. We assemble 2- and 3-wheelers for the Kenyan market and also looking to expand beyond the Kenyan market. We also do charging and battery swap and infrastructure to make it easier for our clients to get around.
Okay, fantastic. So Christopher, how did the Kiri EV Limited start?
So for me, I've always been interested in the renewable energy space. So I used to work in it previously, doing pico hydro as well as solar installations and backup systems. And then the EV sector was, still coming up at that point, and I thought, this is the next big thing because it encompasses clean energy as well as transport, which affects us on an everyday basis. So this culminated, one day I went to an exhibition. I was in Nairobi, and I met some guys from India who had brought in bikes, and I was just fascinated by it. So we ended up going to India about a month later to visit their factory. In the middle of monsoon season, so it was crazy, everyone was flooded, but it was a lot of fun. So what they were doing, then we brought some samples back here. There's a couple of scooters, we tested them out, but scooters are not a big thing here in Kenya. So I ended up going to China, finding some guys now who do proper motorcycles. And then we brought those in about December 2019, January 2020, and then we've just been piloting, testing, and checking out how to make this product fit for this market.
Okay. Okay, good. So what I want to know now is, have you employed some Kenyans, some locals at the moment who are working for you?
Yeah, so we have a small team, we're still a startup, so we have a small team of about 6 people, including myself, a couple of engineers, a couple of electrical guys, and then of course guys helping us on the back end. And we assembled actually the first, in fact we assembled all the units that we brought in. We brought in about 20 units, all assembled here locally in our workshop. And the team is just basically keeping the bikes running and trying to really localize the product as much as possible.
Okay. Yeah. So if I understand you import all the parts from outside Kenya and you assemble them over here. So you don't have any facility that manufactures any of the components.
So what we're doing now is we're not manufacturing yet, but we now have partners that are starting to manufacture some of the parts. So things like the wire harness, the kickstands, we now have local partners, and we can now start bringing local content.
Okay. So how are Kenyans responding to your brand?
There's at least our brand awareness is slowly starting to grow and people are starting to recognize us. But a whole sector, people are still absorbing what EV is. And there's been a lot of education that we've had to teach guys, because when guys hear EV, they immediately think Tesla or high-end stuff. You don't really think EV and motorcycles, But it's been a great experience, because when we show guys the bike, we show them that it works the same as the petrol ones. They love it, and they're like, you know what, we want to switch, because right now petrol prices keep on going up every day.
That is very true. So what has been the challenges so far, ever since you started operations?
So, I mean, one of the key challenges is one, getting that education out there, getting people to understand what an EV bike is, how it works. The other challenge has been, as a startup, raising capital to actually get this going, because it's a really capital-intensive industry. Because what we realized, unlike other markets, Western markets where you can bring a product, you do pre-orders and people pay up front. Here, because of limited consumer capacity in terms of their pocket, guys want you to bring the bike and then they buy it once it's here, so that they're sure that they're getting they're buying it straight away. And then the other thing is the question that we're getting, especially when it comes to adoption, is where am I going to charge my bike? Where am I going to be able to? How far can I go? And what happens when it runs out of electricity? So building out the infrastructure is one of the challenges. Just making sure that it's that chicken or egg question. Chicken and egg. What comes first? Is it the charging infrastructure? Or is it the bike? So you kind of have to build both, so that you build the confidence of the consumer, because they know, like, okay, if I take this bike, I know I can charge it. So, and then your charging infrastructure takes a little bit of time before you really get to full utilization, because you need a lot of bikes for that.
That is true. So who is your target market? Are you selling to only Kenyans, or you are exporting to other parts of Africa?
So we're starting with Kenya first, and then once we robustly test the bike and it's great for the Kenyan market, then we'll start expanding into other countries. So starting with our neighbors, Uganda, Tanzania, but we're looking to go as far afield as South Africa and as west as Nigeria, Ghana.
You look very young, and I'm amazed of what you are doing. I'm looking around, I see you have big dreams, and you're actually working on that. And we also meet people, young guys like us. They complain there isn't so much work in the country, and So is it capital intensive to start something like this?
Yeah, it's capital intensive. Like personally, I started this from my savings, from all the previous work that I've done. It was more money than I expected. So now that I'm down the rabbit hole, of course, we're looking for investors, VCs, and angel investors to really get this dream going. But the capital we used, or what we injected as founders, really helps us prove the concept. So now we know we have a product that works, it's going to be accepted in the market, and it's also the future. So where we're at now, we're just now looking for that growth capital where it's, it can go. But in terms of opportunities for Africans, there's so much out there, and it's not even, I would say right now maybe doing something a bit fancy, There's opportunities in just basic agriculture, education. There's so many other opportunities out there. It doesn't have necessarily to be a new tech.
Okay, this is very good. Now, if I look around, I see you are more into motorcycles, right? Do you have plans to also go into the manufacturing of EVs in future, or maybe importing to assemble these EVs in future, in terms of the cars?
Yeah, I mean, the way I see EV working, it's kind of like, they keep on saying the fourth industrial revolution. I think this is where we're at when it comes to EVs. It's a different way of manufacturing. So if you look at how Tesla's manufacturing their bikes, their cars, it's completely different to how traditional car manufacturers are making theirs. And that means that as Africa, we have a chance to actually bring some of this manufacturing locally, because now, a lot of the raw materials are already available. We just have to build now the supporting industries, which means that, and it doesn't make sense shipping, because batteries is the main thing that, basically makes an EV. And it's now becoming, I'd say, difficult to ship batteries across seas. It's also becoming expensive. So why ship it when you can manufacture locally? So there's that opportunity to build locally. So I think initially, to get to that EV four-wheeler stage, we're looking at first partnering with a manufacturer out there, bring it locally, assemble, and then as we get expertise, then can build our own manufacturing plant and actually do everything locally.
So how will you convince my viewers who are watching us now and haven't heard of EV or haven't tried any of these EV, how will you convince them to patronize these electric vehicles?
I'd say the first thing is find your local dealer and test drive one. Like, that is the fastest and easiest way to convince one, from my point of view, to convince a client, and from the client's point of view, the moment they drive one, they get convinced pretty much straight on the spot, because it's a different driving experience. It's quiet, it's quick, like the torque on these things is like so different, like it's a quick instant fix, you know, your hair's back, you know. So just testing and riding one is a complete different experience. And then also there's that environmental factor. If you're looking to stay in the environment, make our world, you know, slightly cleaner, better, you know. And you know, for us guys who live in African cities, most African cities have motorcycles everywhere, and you can imagine that Sunday morning or Saturday morning you come in, you wanna have a lie, and next thing you know it's just a motorcycle zipping by loud, waking you up.
Yeah.
You know, those are the little benefits. If you convince your local motorcycle taxi guy to go electric, you can sleep in on your weekends, you know. So those are the benefits, you know.
Okay, good. So guys, you heard what he said. Try to get closer to any EV manufacturer or distributor. I mean, go on a test drive or test ride, and I bet you will never go back to a conventional or fossil fuel motorcycle or car. Okay, so what's the price range?
So typically, you know, for us we have 3 products. We have a scooter that goes for about $1,400, and then we have the typical motorcycle taxi one that people are used to seeing, that goes for about $1,650. And then we have a more sporty bike that goes for about $1,950. And what we've done, we've realized is there's a couple of different market segments. There's the guys who, you know, the biggest market is the motorcycle taxi guys, because those are the guys who are every day using them for work. But there's also a market for guys who just want the weekend rider, you know, on a bike, I either go to it for work, or, you know, weekends I just like to ride around, you know, something. So there's a market, those markets are growing, and then because our cities are also getting more and more congested, people want to zip around quicker. So the bike's becoming a bigger and easier alternative. Yeah.
So do you have any payments planned for any Boda Boda rider who want to get one?
Yeah, so you know what we're doing is we initially have our own payment plan where you come, you put a deposit, but we're also looking to partner with the bigger, financiers who have been in this market for a while, so that they can make it easier, and because they also have a wider distribution network and a deeper pool of cash to be able to offer more competitive loans.
Okay, awesome. So if I come today with money, can I just purchase? Can I just get it and walk away with it? Or I have to wait for some time before it's assembled?
Yeah, so right now, because we're a startup, usually we have about a 2-month waiting period, 2 to 3 months waiting period.
2 to 3 month waiting period.
Yeah, it's a bit long, but we're hoping, but you know, once we raise a bit of cash by the end of the year, you'll be able to walk in and walk out with one within 15 minutes. Yeah.
Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, so I think I'll just go around to check what you have in the manufacturing plant or assembly plant and other things. What type is this one?
So this is our most sporty bike, which we call the Moran. So this is basically, like I said, for your weekend rider, the guys who want to just, get around and about, they're only going for about $1,150. Yeah.
Okay, good. So this one can't be used for commercial purposes?
You still can, because it has it has an extra seat for a rider, so you can still use it for motorcycle taxis, but most guys will probably use it for personal use.
For personal use. Okay, awesome. So can you start this?
So basically it's on now.
It's on, okay.
Yeah, it's already on, and then so basically how...
Oh, so it's actually digital?
Yeah, it's a digital screen, so it just shows you the odometer, the battery life left you have on the thing, and then the voltage, and then shows you what gear you're on. So basically...
Is it automatic?
Yeah, so it's automatic, but it has like 3 gears which basically kind of act like a speed limiter.
Yeah.
And this, basically you can call it, it's like conserves the battery life. So gear 1 is the lowest mode, that limits the speed to about 30 kilometers per hour. And there's gear 2, which can go all the way to about 45, and then 3 goes all the way about 67 kilometers per hour, which is the top speed. And that just basically conserves the battery and gives you longer range depending on what gear you're on.
Okay. Do Do you have any form of entertainment over here?
Yeah, so it has Bluetooth speaker. So you can attach your phone onto the Bluetooth speaker.
So the speaker is somewhere here.
And then if you have speakers underneath, and then if you have like the cards that have the music on, you can slot it in and play straight from there. And then you can charge your phone as well, so it has a USB port there as well.
It has a USB port as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you say is the range? How long can this travel?
So depending on the mode you're on, so usually let's say on gear 2, you'll travel about 70 to 80 kilometers on a full charge.
70 to 80 kilometers on a full charge. Awesome. Can you start it now?
Yeah, so it's on now, and then basically you just pull back the throttle, and that's gear 1. Gear 2 you can hear it goes a bit faster, and then 3 you can hear it spinning on the door. It's basically like a bicycle. It's a back brake, front brake. That's it.
It's actually silent.
Yeah, very silent.
I'm not like the conventional one.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And then it has a safety mode, so it has a park mode. So when you're in traffic, or because it's a new tech, what you usually find is someone will come and be like, "Hey, what's this thing? It's not making noise."
Yeah.
And the first thing they'll do is grab the throttle, and you might fall off. So on the parking mode, it doesn't do anything. And then when you remove it, and then for if you're in a tech parking spot, it also has reverse, and that's just basically helps you just get out of a tight spot.
Yeah. So you see the internal combustion engines motorcycles, right? Usually, if you see this part, it usually contains a fuel.
Yeah.
But what is here?
So here, the controller unit is underneath here, and then the charging port is here. So if you have an outside plug, you can come and plug it in there, charge your bike. But if you don't, it also has the batteries removable. So you just come, and there's a battery port just on this side. Open it, and then you can just pull out the battery, and you can go and charge it. If you have a port at home. And then on this, it shows you how much battery level charge you have.
In terms of percentage.
Yeah. Percentage, and you can put it back.
Awesome.
So it's pretty. Charge is portable. Can get around with it. And then for those guys who don't like, if you want remote start.
It also comes with a remote.
Yeah, remote control. So it comes with an alarm system.
Nice.
And you can basically, so you can switch it on with a key without actually having to turn it on, and it's on. You can do the same thing, switch it off here as well. Yeah.
So with this issue of charging, you usually meet people and they say, so you usually meet people and they complain about the charging of these EVs or motorcycles, and they will usually say that with the petrol or diesel powered vehicles, you easily get fuel stations around and you get access to this fuel. But with this, how are you guys bridging that gap? How are we?
So that's a key concern for a lot of people adopting this. So we're approaching this in 3 ways. So the first is we give you a portable charger, which means that you can charge anywhere. You can charge in your house. If you go to the office, you can remove the battery, charge it there. The second is we're providing charging points where you can come park, and for a small fee you can charge. Let's say for an hour, you can park and charge. Then the third is we're providing battery swapping.
Battery swapping?
Yeah. So this basically, you swap your used battery, or discharged battery, for a fully charged one, and this takes about 2-3 minutes.
Can you show me this battery swapping system?
Yeah. Cool. Let me show you a station how it works. So basically, this is a battery swapping station. You can see it has different cabinets for each of the battery slots.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you come with your battery, you basically slot it in, and then you plug it into the charger, and then you just make sure it's fully, it's charging.
Yeah.
Once you close the door, it recognizes that the battery's in, and then it opens another slot, and then you take out a fully charged battery. Yeah. Once you make the payment, and it will only swap one battery at a time, so that you don't put one in and go with another one. Yeah. But this is 2 minutes. Very convenient, and you can see the size of this. This can be put anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are going to be some specific locations.
Yeah.
That you put.
Yeah. especially in areas where we see there's gonna be a lot of traffic, a lot of guys are swapping. So we can come and put one. If we see there's a lot of traffic, we can put another one. And because this doesn't take up much space, it doesn't take a lot of time and energy and effort to set it up.
So I think this innovation is very good for the Boda Boda people who are always on the go.
Yeah, exactly.
But I see this card over here, so you will have to pay with a card or?
Yeah, so you can pay with a card. But what we're going to introduce as well is you're able to pay with mobile money.
Mobile money, like the Mpesa.
Yeah,
and the
Mpesa.
because that is very common here in Kenya.
Exactly.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That is very innovative.
Yeah, simple, straightforward.
So Chris, that is more of a scooter, right?
Yeah.
And that is electric as well.
Yeah. So this, is for, we thought one would be great for people who want to do short commutes, within the neighborhood, maybe we do a bit of shopping. Great for women, a lot of women don't want to be straddling a motorcycle as well. You can comfortably sit there, just like comfortable. Has a little hook for your handbag or whatever it is.
Handbag?
Yeah, for shopping.
Oh,
A nice
and
little,
that's handy too.
yeah, hang it here, a little
Awesome.
hook when you're shopping, and then space for your phone right there. It's really great and easy to ride. And then for this one, operates the same way as the other one. So basically, it's on now. And then,
I like the screen.
yeah, the display. This one is
the
better than the other one. And then the same 3-speed gear system. And then for this one, the battery is actually underneath the seat.
Underneath the seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the battery's there, and you can actually now carry your charger within there.
Okay.
Battery's also removable, so you just unplug this, and you can pull it out. And then on the next version, this will actually now become a little mini storage space, so you're able to store a few more valuables in here. And because it's a lockable, once you close it, it's lockable, and it's not open, so it's secure.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I've realized that you have a standard battery for all the different types over here.
Yeah. So
which is very good.
So what we've done is we want all our bikes to have the same battery, so that you can access any of our swap stations, any of our charge points without having to worry about is it compatible or not. Yeah.
Awesome. And what's the price of this one?
So this one is $1,400.
$1,400.
Yeah.
Okay, that is around maybe 140,000 Kenyan shillings.
Yeah, around 140,000 Kenyan shillings. It's quite affordable. It's a great for zipping around, and you can also carry something on the back. It has a footrest that pops out, so you can sit back here, put
awesome.
your hood, and then and it pops back in if you want to carry it on both sides.
So how long can they travel? What's the distance range?
So surprisingly, because this is a lighter vehicle, it actually does more distance than the bigger one, because it's lighter and the battery doesn't have to work as hard. So this will do on a full charge. I've done at least 100 kilometers of this, but typically you get about 80 to 90 kilometers of this.
Wow, Chris, you're really doing a fantastic job. Awesome. So, like you said, you also have plans of expanding to other parts of Kenya, right? Other counties and the rest of it.
So we're looking at Nairobi. Obviously, is because we're based in Nairobi, so that's the first starting point. But we're looking at Western Kenya because there's a lot of users of motorcycles out there, and the smaller towns on that side. And then also Mombasa has a lot of 3-wheelers, so that's a really good market for like the tuk-tuks and the tricycles.
So, Chris, I would like to thank you for this opportunity, for letting us know your plans for the EV industry in Kenya and for Africa. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it, and for us, getting our word out there is what we need.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome to.